I'm Dublin City's coldest, you should know this. I've been rapping like a veteran, not a novice. Different flow when I drop a track.
What's going on, everyone? As you can see from the title of the video today, we are going to be listening to Versatile's brand new track off of their Pantries and Jet Skis series. We had Perfume, and now we have a track called Don't Change. Then in brackets says To Mente, which according to the power of Google Translate means don't change your mind. So if you are a fan of Versatile's work and you happen to follow them on Instagram, which is where they drop a lot of their teasers before they actually release any of their music, they have been dropping snippets of this track overnight, and I have reason to believe that this is going to be different to anything that they have ever dropped. So I don't know if a lot of people actually know this, but Versatile are actually a trio. I know public perception of them is actually that they're a duo, but now I'm only kind of clicking as well that with this new track, the artwork, when I'm looking at it on Spotify, with Perfume was obviously featuring Alex and Casey, who were like, you know, they had their verses on the track. But now the artwork, when I look at this, they are kind of blacked out as a silhouette. So I don't even know if they're going to have a verse on this track. Obviously we'll find out when I get into it, but just from my own little bit of research, I follow all of them on Instagram, the trio. There's Evan Kennedy, who is their actual producer, so that kind of makes up the trio. I know a lot of people don't see them as a trio, but they are in fact, and I'm nearly certain they've referred to themselves as a trio before. But they are a trio. There's Alex, Casey and Evan Kennedy, and just from looking at this cover work, the Casey and Alex are like a silhouette, so maybe that means that they're not going to be taking part in this track and it will just be Evan Kennedy singing on it, because I looked at Evan Kennedy's Instagram. He dropped a video last night and said he likes to sing, and then I heard like a 10-second snippet of the song. All I know is it does sound like it's going to be a bit more mellow, a bit more than Perfume. Again, I know Perfume was like a different vibe that they're going for as well, but this one seems a lot more mellow. And Alex also posted on his Instagram saying like this one's for the ladies as well, or I think it was Outburst or Alex, one of the two, posted on their Instagram that this one's for the ladies. So without any further ado, we're just going to check it out and see if, I'm actually really curious to see if there is even going to be a verse from Alex or Casey on this one. But yeah, let's go.
A body like a loop-the-loop, grey face, grey babs, but she has no hoop. Or she does, but it's average, it's not that great. I don't mind two babs on a gorgeous face, I'm only a kid. So I'll take it to the cinema, I'll take it to the pictures. I can't take it if I didn't, nah. There's lots of stuff to do in Dublin. Crack a can of speckled hen up on the bus in public. If you're fast on the legs, drop a 20 bucks of eggs, float down the park and go egging junkies. Come and rob a bike or a moped with me. We can take it out the house, flip a banger on the beach. It's nothing like I beat in Madrid at 10.
Okay, so I was wrong completely. I was under the impression that it was just going to be Evan Kennedy like doing some sort of a ballad or some shit, but obviously not. Like, I was kind of daft to think that there wasn't going to be a verse from the two lads. It is Versatile. So the track has opened with Alex on the first verse describing somewhat of a relatable story in a kind of weird way about like young love in Dublin, where he's describing how he's found a girl. She has some nice features, but you know, she's not the best, but she'll do. He can't afford to take her out for dinner, so he'll just take her to the cinema instead. A very relatable feeling for anyone who's like, you know, a young lad in Ireland bringing a girl to the cinema, you know. It's kind of a cheap alternative to a date. He then goes on to say like, I hope you're fast, essentially, because we can go get some eggs. Egg some junkies, rob mopeds, rob bikes, etc. So again, a different kind of a twist, you know, like a love story twist on a typical Versatile overall theme. You know, it still comes back to them overall just being horrible humans.
Like I beat in Madrid at Tenerife. If I rob a bike for you, can I get your digits free?
Catch us in the disco, ever since last domingo. Watch that young one's hips go. Ask her what's the age, she says 55.
Man, this chorus is brilliant. Already I'm getting hooked on this. Real catchy, real different, something that we've never heard again from Versatile. I'm not going to say it again because I know I say it in every video, but Versatile, their versatility, like, I know people are probably, their heads are wrecked, but again, this is like every time we're seeing something completely different from them.
I watch Summer Slam every summer in town with the boys wearing bright colours. Met the Spanish mamacita with me brothers, asking me for some directions on some place to discover. This human made me feel like a sucker for love pilots, and Leo wanted a number. She was a 10 and it made me wonder, did Eskimo Supreme just find the wonder stone cold stunner all the times? And
Yes. Alright, so now we have, like, this is, I'm really enjoying this, man. I didn't think, like, when I heard the clips off Instagram, I was like, I don't know, they're kind of going down a different route again, and maybe they should just go back to, you know, what got them to this, like, I won't say superstardom, but real popularity in Ireland with, like, the big techno kind of tunes with ketamine and all that. But this is really fun. I can see this taking off as well. Again, it's another little bit of a twist on a typical, like, Irish love story kind of thing. It's kind of funny to hear an Irish love story because it just seems so, like, so far from Hollywood, but again, it's very relatable. So he's in town watching SummerSlam, like the wrestling, but he also brings it back to the wrestling, which we'll go to now in a minute. But he meets this Spanish girl who's like asking him for things to do in town. Like, you can see that happening. It's quite a relatable scenario where you got a lot of Spanish students around Dublin and go over and ask him anything to do, and then he's like, she's got me wondering if will this be the one that if I stone cold stunner. So he brings it back to the wrestling again, which is like a funny reference again. Only they could somehow find a way to stone cold stun a girl that he's supposed to be really like into. But yeah, so it's his different twist on the love story now.
Wish I could have seen me face when you rolled up in that pink dress, that low 44 brunette. Make sure she doesn't jet, put away the cigarette, say anything you feel. She looked at her friend and if me Spanish is correct, then I think I heard her say she liked me too. She on the sauce pile out straight, no more Texas rattlesnake. Sunset resorts for a few days, got me off the smoke throughout me ashtray.
Yes.
Can't you see the disco? Ever since last domingo, watch the young was hips go. What's the age? She says 55.
Is it over? Man, that was lethal, honestly. Like I said earlier on in the video, that I feel like there's something gonna happen. There's still like 10 seconds left. That's one thing about versatile tracks. You can never be sure that the track is fully over. But no, that seems to be over. But yeah, that was a really nice vibe to that song. Perfume, I gotta be honest, I will be honest, I'm not always gonna lick their arse. I didn't enjoy Perfume as much as I did. Like, to be fair, I don't think a lot of tracks would have lived up to Ketamine as a like an immediate drop straight after, but this is definitely on different levels to Ketamine and other tracks like that have been really catchy, but this is like a really fucking good song. Perfume for me just personally just didn't click a lot. First listen was always fun because it's just something fresh, but I never really found myself going back to it, but I can definitely see myself going back to this. This is something really, really different, like completely fresh. Just doesn't sound like anything they've done before, and it's just like, it's funny that the title happens to be Don't Change, because it seems like, just obviously this is just for the sake of the track, but it's like the lads are changing because they've gone from like not giving a fuck about girls and all. Now you're seeing a different, like, more vulnerable side to them, where now they've like found this Spanish girl or whatever, and they're changing. Now he's like Alex is off the smokes because of this girl and all this kind of shit. So no, that was a really enjoyable track. I like the concept again, funny concept. The reason, like another reason I just figured that they wouldn't be on the track was that it just seemed weird that there was no music video released with it. Whether or not that will like come to fruition where they do eventually release a music video for this, I do not know, but I feel like that would make for a really good music video, like with the Dublin bus scene, with the girl like not being able to afford to bring her out to a restaurant, and then the lads in town watching SummerSlam and all that kind of shit. But yeah man, that was a serious track. It's always fun to cover up Versatile's music because I know you guys seem to really like them reactions as well. Shout out to Versatile, man. I know like it's a weird kind of era, well not era we're in at the moment, where like they're big but they're not so big that they're inaccessible at the moment. Like I know pretty much a lot of the guys who react to a lot of their music online, they get in touch with, like I know they follow a lot of the people that do react to them, and they watch a lot of videos like that do, like they've watched a lot of my videos as far as I'm aware. Like they've been in touch on Instagram, we chat the odd time, and it is cool that they're like, they have their ear to the ground where they keep in touch with everyone who supports them, and that doesn't go unnoticed. That is brilliant as well. But yeah, that's going to be the video, guys. If you did enjoy, drop it a like, subscribe to my channel if you are new. As always, love covering Versatile. If you guys want to see me do more, then make sure to drop this video some love, because I will most certainly be doing some more in the future. And yeah guys, as always, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you very soon.
Made this here with all the ice on in the booth. At the gate outside, when they pull up, they give me loose. Yeah, jump out.